Oh yeah. Episode 22.
22, brother. We're back.
We're in a different location today. This is my residence. And we're going to be some of a little bit of boxing memorabilia and some stuff that I won.
All of his success is on this wall.
Made success. Made success. No big deal.
He's king of the castle.
There's a little thing here, there. It's all good.
I like the belt, though.
Yeah.
Belts.
That's the Canadian belt, professional. And these ones were...
FPBA?
Yeah, this one's from this tournament in Puerto Rico.
Nice.
I fought Juan Manuel Lopez in the finals. I fought Nicaraguan, and then guy from Venezuela.
That's pretty
beat
cool.
Them all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gave you a belt too.
Yeah. I was late at getting a belt, and it looks like it's feels more prestigious. Like he wants a belt in the amateurs, and they do it more often now. Anyway.
I like it. I think it's a good idea. It's motivating too for young fighters.
So, yeah, it is. So, Doc, we're back, right? And let's just talk about another death in boxing, hey?
Yeah.
And this was in a sparring session. And is this the guy that you were telling me to watch? This Michael Zarafa?
No.
Was that?
No, that was Zelfa Barrett.
Okay. I thought it was something similar, but he was sparring as a fighter, Dwight Ritchie, 27 years old, who got hit with a body shot, and then he collapsed in his corner in sparring, and then he couldn't be revived, and that was it. 27 years old. He had, I think he was 19-1. He fought Kazu's son, Tim Zhu, who's also a good fighter on the come up.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen a fight of his. Or I saw his name and I was thinking, is that Kazu's relation? And it is.
Yeah, Tim Zhu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he fought him?
He fought him in one of his fights.
Oh. Okay.
Just a little background about him. But anyways, another sad... A freak accident from a body shot, whatever the case may be.
I don't know. Something may have been there from the previous headshots.
I think so.
That's my guess.
I guess more will be revealed as time progresses. But let's move on to our next topic, and that's the now Inoue and Nonito Donaire fight that we touched on last week, and how we were so excited.
Yeah.
A big fight of this magnitude is going to be taking place in Osaka, I think, Japan.
Yeah.
22,000 fans. And this was a great fight, Doc?
It was a really good fight. I mean, it's one of the top fights of the year, for sure.
It was a Fight of the Year candidate.
Yeah.
Already they're saying.
It was really good. It was some back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to go right into the analysis of the fight?
Now
something else first.
Well, now Inoue, only 26 years old, so he's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
And now he's 19-0 with 16 KOs.
Does he make the pound for pound list? In your opinion?
100% for sure.
Okay,
and you gotta put him. You gotta put him like high up there.
Yeah.
Like he's like one. Like he's in the top 5. Pound for pound.
19 fights. Right?
Yeah. But the thing is, and even Nonito Donaire touched on as well too, is that everyone has always said about him that he's indestructible and he's this and that, and everyone was always,
about Inoue.
Because he was so dominant in his 18 professional fights, and that last knockout against Juan Carlos Payano, a crazy knockout, and this guy nicknamed the Monster for a reason. But you can never count.
Yeah.
You can never count nobody out in boxing. And one thing that if you have power, you can always possess that power. Nonito Donaire always had that power.
That hook. That left hook.
26 KOs in 40 fights, Nonito Donaire.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry, in 46 fights. And that was, he pushed Inoue more than he's ever been pushed before. And to me, it made Inoue look like he's not invincible anymore. Donaire showed that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I saw some things in this fight that Inoue wasn't doing until the very end, which paid dividends for him. But I don't know. Do you want to go into this right now, or is there more on some more general stuff?
No, I mean,
I want to get into this.
Okay.
This was technical.
Okay, we can definitely get into this because this is one of the topics that's going to take us a little bit of time. In today's podcast, just because of the magnitude of the fight. And who we're talking about, and then his, this fight of the year, and then getting signed by Top Rank afterwards, and basically Bob Arum saying this after Bob Arum signed him, pretty much immediately after. Now Inoue is a generational talent, the sort of fighter that only comes once in a decade. He's already a superstar in Japan, and he'll be a major superstar stateside in no time. You're looking at an all-time great who is entering their prime of what will be an historic career. So there's big hype on this guy. And this big.
Yeah, and so far he's living up to the hype. Mm-hmm. So this was a tough fight for him, no question. It went deep, right?
He's never been pushed that far. First of all, he had that substantial cut that he got from a punch from Donaire. And that actually
was a nasty looking cut.
And Doc, and that cut, it caused
periorbital fracture.
The cut caused a fracture on Inoue's right eye, and he has to get surgically repaired now. Right.
Could be the orbital bone, or it could be the arch, the cheek. Zygomatic arch.
So he suffered fractures around the right eye, needing surgery.
Okay, he's going to be out. So he'll be out for a little while.
He'll be out for a while.
We won't see him until late next year again.
And Doc, eye injuries are big in boxing, right? Like if you get an eye injury, hey, look, that's nothing. There's nothing more serious. Than that. Well, I mean,
there is, but that's career ending.
Career ending.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard had all those eye surgeries and kept coming back, and
this was detached retina.
Yeah, detached retina.
You can go lose your vision in that eye.
Abner Maris, he just had and he hasn't fought since.
It was because of you, probably. You fought him.
Yeah.
But so.
We gotta show that fight, man. I gotta show you that fight, man. Like, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is a great fight," because we were it was a war, and I beat him in a war.
I want to see it. I do want to see it.
It was a. Okay. I always brought it, man. Like my fights were always entertaining. That's one thing that anyone on a Canadian team or whatever can always say that I was their favorite guy to watch because I always brought it. I was in good fights.
Yeah, I watched a few of yours online. I would agree with that self-assessment. I concur.
Self-assessment.
No, but I agree.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the stuff that happened in the fight. I've watched a lot of Inoue's fights. Mm-hmm. I've gone back and watched them as well. And he's knocked a lot of guys out with body shots.
Yeah.
And he throws a lot to the body. In this fight, more than the first half, he wasn't going to the body much.
Aside from the 11 round.
Right. And so that's my point, is when he finally goes to the body, look what happens. Yeah. He goes down. And he barely survived that round, right?
He just hung on. But a true warrior for hanging on.
Holy smokes. But he
gets so much respect.
Absolutely. And I felt that the fight was about moments. Mm-hmm. And who was going to have more of those moments. And it was definitely Inoue. Except in the 9th round. Donaire really hurt him. I bet you that's when he busted his eye.
It was earlier.
This was in the 9th.
The cut was sustained early in the fight. Like,
but I'm thinking the orbital bone.
The fracture.
Yeah, because he kind of turtled up a bit, and he was a little out of character. So that's one thing I noticed. The other thing is, I think, and tell me if you agree with this, that Donaire's team, their strategy was a few things, but mainly keep coming forward. And you saw him through the fight. He was moving forward.
Because when you see Inoue going backwards,
yeah,
he's usually he's a monster. He's the guy coming forward, and Donaire pushed him back.
Absolutely. But Inoue's excellent footwork and that in-out that we were talking about earlier, where he'll jump into range, throw a couple punches, jump back out, and then the guy will come forward and he'll counter him.
Yeah.
So he's probably one of the best at that. He's a really sweet fighter.
Yeah. Great footwork.
Yeah. Excellent.
Great footwork.
It was a really good fight.
Yeah. And Inoue said, Donaire is very strong. Well, he doesn't even speak English, so I can't.
Yeah, that's
I can't
like,
do that.
You just did your Russian accent for a little Japanese guy.
So I know Donaire is a very, very strong opponent. I had double vision starting the second round, but I'm very proud of myself, and I believe I have a bright future.
He's very modest, eh? I think that's part of the Japanese culture, too.
Yeah, very, very respectful, modest, humility, that's all part of that.
So good for boxing, for people to see that.
Yeah. And another great story about that, so what Donaire tweets this after the fight as well. He goes, "Lastly, to my family and my heart, I'm a warrior and one on my shield. I came to Japan to win the Muhammad Ali trophy. I promised my sons that they'd see it in the morning, and with tears in my eyes, and I have tears in my eyes. But Inoue, he loaned the trophy to Donaire,
just so he
can take it home, take it back to his room, and
so his
Donaire
can
show his
see
kids.
it.
Yeah, and there's pictures of Donaire's two sons with the trophy, the Muhammad Ali trophy, which is a gorgeous trophy too.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
Yeah, good story.
So, let's see how long Inoue is going to be on the shelf because of these injuries, and let's see if he's going to move up in weight. He's only at 118, or he's going to stay there. He's not that tall.
He's not big.
He's 5'5", or 6.
I think this is bantamweight, right?
Yeah,
I think he's in the right zone right now.
Yeah.
Everything, the stars are aligned for him with his age, the number of fights he's had, the way he fights.
Agreed.
Hasn't put in a lot of rounds. I think he had 2 other fights before this one that went the distance, and he won unanimous decisions. But the rest were all knockouts.
Yeah.
So he is a monster. That's a perfect name for him.
I love that nickname.
Yeah.
So moving on, Doc. So let's talk a little bit about. I'm just talking. I don't really care about it, but I just want to talk about it because it's a relevant topic right now, and that's the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Because I don't really like. He's a boy that cried wolf so many times. Like, oh, I'm back and I'm training hard, and then he gets blown out, and or he doesn't make weight, or gets caught for steroids, or something.
Do they have an opponent for him?
So it's Daniel Jacobs.
At 168?
So, Doc, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Okay? So, initially, their fight was supposed to be in Las Vegas, right? And that was coming up soon. And then Chavez, he refused a test from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, a random test. He refused it.
Oh, come on.
So he automatically gets suspended. Obviously, refusing to take a test. You're hiding something.
Could just be weed though, because he's a big weed smoker.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
If it's weed, because he's a big money guy. If it's weed, I don't think they would do that to him. Because
it all depends on the state rules.
Right, the state.
Although they're pretty lax in Nevada as far as weed goes.
I think there are
dispensaries
you don't really hear
open to the public.
You don't really hear about people that often. And
we'll have to look that up because that's
But so anyway, so
could
that
be a banned substance. So.
Yeah. So anyway, so what happened was that fight was supposed to be in Vegas because of that, not for not saying that he would do the random test. He got suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. now they moved the fight over to Phoenix. Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix.
Why could they at least move it to Brooklyn, right? where Jacobs is from?
Well, they probably wouldn't because they would probably adhere to his suspension over there. But Phoenix didn't. So now they're gonna have the fight there, December 20th. So now let's see. The thing is, like, it's unclear if the suspension will be honored, like, over there in Phoenix, but I don't think so because Chavez Jr. does command money.
Did they officially announce it?
That the fight?
Yeah.
They
so then
announced
it's
it.
Then all the range, it's sealed.
Yeah,
it's a sealed deal.
Yeah,
they won't spend the money on all that.
Yeah.
Lots of Mexican fans are going to be in the audience for Chavez.
Yeah.
A lot in Arizona.
He's popular.
Yeah. He really is. He's still a money guy.
Yeah.
Especially with Mexican Americans and Mexicans as well. Mm-hmm. I don't see Daniel Jacobs losing that fight. Now that's interesting because he's coming up to 168. And I think, would this only be his second fight at 168?
I can't remember.
I don't remember. But anyways, what's your take on that fight, on that matchup?
Jacobs, it's gonna be. He might not even make the weight. Like,
that's what I'm thinking.
He might not even make weight. He's done it before. Or who knows what it is? It's another circus thing. But let's see if they fight and get in the ring. Because I like to see Jacobs. Because Jacobs is a great fighter. He's a good fighter to watch. Man, didn't he really give GGG some trouble?
Absolutely. It was outside of the knockdown, it was a really, really close fight.
Yeah.
That's when everybody started going, okay, Triple G is vulnerable.
Yeah. Because that fight could have won either way.
Yeah, absolutely. But Arizona, man, that's so. I guess they must have done their research and found, okay, which commission can we get away with this?
Exactly. Yeah. They probably had a backup plan. They're like, oh, we got Chavez. He's gonna fight in Vegas, but he'll probably.
That's true. You're right, but. What I don't understand really is, so he's going to go into this fight with no drug testing, and he has a history of PEDs.
Yeah.
And that means he can do that. Daniel Jacobs' group, like their team, they're okay with that? Yeah. I wouldn't be.
Well, it's money.
I guess
it's always.
But that really is a. If he's doing something, and we talk about this, it's dangerous for the other fighter.
Yeah,
it really is. It's an unfair advantage. The reason you have weight classes is to even things out, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So he's found a way to make it uneven in his favor.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think of my fighter's safety and go, dude, you sure it's worth this money, this risk? But maybe we're missing something. Maybe he's got to have a test after or something. But so what? Do it before. He should have it before.
Yeah, well, we'll see what goes down if they're going to get in the ring on December 20th or not.
I don't know if that fight even propels.
Too many implications.
No, doesn't propel him forward, Jacobs.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Except really. Experience. But
I think it just it's Christmas coming up and. He'll line his pockets with some cash. Because
be interesting to see how much you're getting paid for that fight.
Yeah, it would.
All right, we'll see that December 20th. No problemo, as they say down there.
What, in Phoenix?
There too.
Oh. And then the fight that was on last night on ESPN Plus. I never get ESPN Plus. I don't even know what it is. Like, it's hard to even watch these fights. A lot of fights are on that.
Yeah, it's hard to get it.
Anyways, but there was Jamal Hearing. Jamal Hearing. And this is a good fighter that we haven't really talked about too much. But he's the WBO super featherweight champion. He's 34 now. He just won on Saturday. He improves his record at 21-2, 10 KOs. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and he beat Lamont Roach Jr., who now falls to 19-1. 7 KOs, and the scores are 117, 111 twice, and 115, 113.
Okay, wow. I gotta watch that fight. I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
fight.
I watched.
I'm interested now.
I watched a little bit of highlights, just a little bit of highlights, and Hearing is really good, and Hearing's got a nice story behind his rise into boxing and how his friend Stephen Brown, that was a good friend of his growing up. He was really tight with him, and Stephen Brown was enlisted into the army, and to the U.S. Marines, and then Brown went into the Marines as well too, sorry. I mean, Hearing went into the Marines as well. Went to the army, and because of Stephen Brown, his friend, and Stephen Brown ended up passing away from cancer.
Oh, wow.
I think it was cancer. He passed away, and Jamal just kept pushing for it. Then he started boxing. Stephen Brown was always pushing Hearing and always like telling him that you can do this. And he's honored him by trying to get this far. So
nice story.
In yesterday's fight, so Hearing is a 2-time Iraqi veteran.
Wow.
He came to the ring in a Humvee along with 265 other U.S. Marines. So it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I gotta see that. Sounds cool.
Yeah, so by him enlisting into the army, he's saying that because of his friend, he did that, and that helped shape his life.
Yeah.
And then he got into boxing after and everything, and
man, started late.
Mm-hmm. So that's it was lung cancer that he died. But it was another little story to Jamel's career too. Also, when he was boxing too, his infant daughter passed away too from SIDS.
Sudden infant death syndrome. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy's had it tough.
Had it tough, and this is what makes these guys this tough, right?
It's amazing. Yeah, what a role model.
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of props and for him for overcoming those kind of obstacles.
You know what? I'm glad he won. It makes me happy for him.
When I watched a little clip on that, because I didn't know a lot about him.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing.
Okay, good. You know what? It'll be interesting then following his career too.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in his corner.
Let's see where he goes. 34 years old.
Yeah, he's got to make his money now.
A lot of time. Yeah.
I hope he does.
So also too, Doc. Yesterday we there was a fight at the Staples Center, and this was that. We won't even talk about it too much, just a little bit. That KSI and Logan Paul, whatever, and the YouTubers. But those guys are the main event of Devin Haney on the undercard, and we had Joe Saunders on the undercard under Devin Haney. So, and you have these other YouTubers that are the main event, and they got paid $900,000.
And they're not that good.
I didn't even watch it. Did you watch?
I just watched some highlights, and one guy's just the guy that won the fights.
Yeah,
big, wide, gorilla, big, swings.
Just swings like that, eh?
Yeah.
But anyway, so this was let's talk a little bit about Devin Haney.
Yeah,
he just fought in September, and I like how active he's being because. Activity, and that's huge in boxing.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your last fight, and when you keep staying in the gym and you keep fighting, there's nothing like the sharpness. It's so sharp. You stay sharp, always sharp. So Haney now, his nickname's the Dream, eh? Devin the Dream Haney. He's now 24-0, 15 KOs, and he's only 20 years old.
Oh, he's young, man. He's young.
And he started pro at 17.
So 3 years. He's just a natural. He's got gifts, right?
So, he obviously went to Mexico to fight professional there because you can't do it here at that age, 17.
Ooh, wow. Man, they got him going.
Yeah. His last fight was in September.
Yeah.
So basically, what he fought, it was a 12-round unanimous decision over Alfredo Santiago, who was 12, now falls to 12-1, 4 KOs. All three judges had it 120 to 107. Alfredo Santiago, don't get me wrong, this guy had some resistance.
He was game.
He was game. He was difficult, and he didn't just do what he does with all his other opponents and stuff.
He got countered.
And Alfredo was taller, longer range. He was switching to southpaw here and there. It caused Haney some difficulty, but you know what Haney does? That little slip, bam, boom, uppercut.
I've seen him do that in so many of his fights.
He's nice.
He's beautiful at slipping, and he's quick. He's got fast hands. See how quick his jab is?
Just like
a bullet. And then he's sideways, so he's a small target as well. He's really good.
Yeah.
But he does get hit when he squares up.
Yeah.
When he's got a guy against the ropes.
Yeah. He's only 20.
Yeah.
He's a work in progress.
Yeah.
But
that was a step up in competition, though. Well, it was.
Yeah, but I mean, he's had a pretty good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's been match made really well. He's WBC champion. But you know why he's WBC champion too? It's because Lomachenko is appointed this franchise designation. So he's the WBC franchise champion. So now Devin Haney is going to jump up and get the WBC, just a regular belt. So this whole franchise designation. So here's a little bit about that. So Haney elevated to WBC champion at lightweight when Lomachenko was designated as a franchise champion. A franchise champion is a special status from the WBC that offers special privileges in regards to mandatory obligations, fighting for multiple titles in multiple weight divisions, and for competing for titles for other organizations. So basically right now, Canelo and Lomachenko are the only franchise champions. Look at all this crazy.
Holy
franchise, regular, super champion.
Interim. It's hard to keep track of this.
It's too much.
It is too much.
It's kind of.
And then it doesn't say who the best of the best is either.
It doesn't.
And are they going to unify these?
Yeah.
Can you unify a franchise belt?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, if you have one belt and you fight for another belt, it's not a full unification of all the belts, but it's still a unification because you're unifying two belts together.
Right. So yeah, that was a tough. That pushed him this fight. And then what did he talk about him dislocating his shoulder?
He goes, I feel alright. In round 1, I dislocated my shoulder. I'm a true champion, and I still won every round. On to the next. He was crafty. I went in there. I was able to adjust. I got my opponent was I got this opponent on 1 week's notice. I'm a true champion. I can fight through everything. It's all experience, and it all comes with the fight game. And then he's saying in 2020, I want all the top guys. I want to unify Vasily Lomachenko, and I can get it done. And then on the radar is Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
And he goes, I think it's a big fight. Boxing fans would love to see this fight happen. I hope we can make it in 2020 and 2001. I'm ready to make it up. I'm ready to make it sooner. So let's see what goes on there with Devin Haney.
Who's Devin Haney's promoter? Do you know?
So he's with DAZN, He's like so. I'm not sure.
So
Matchroom? He might be Matchroom.
Yeah, I think he is Matchroom.
He's Matchroom.
You're right.
I think,
he is.
Because Matchroom promoted that card.
And Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, you're right. He's Matchroom.
Billy Joe.
So here's my take on that. First of all, there's a couple things there. I know there's more you want to continue it. But one is him saying he dislocated his shoulder in the first round. Now, did he relocate it, or he fought the whole fight with a dislocated shoulder? That's my first question. That sounds
like that. You know what that sounds like? Remember when Tyson was like, I broke my back. And they were interviewing him, I broke my back. And man, my back. Like, it was just like, how do you break your back? And Jim Gray was like, your back, Mike? Yeah, my back. It's something spinal. Like something spinal. I don't know.
But, so that's my first thing. Secondly, if a shoulder is dislocated, because I've had patients that come on with dislocated shoulder, this part here sits halfway down near your nipple, okay?
Yeah.
And so what happens is the shoulder is square. It's not round. It just stops here because this is down here and it looks square. You'd be able to see that on a fighter, and there's no way he'd be able to continue. Yeah. So he didn't dislocate his shoulder. He may have separated, but that's the joint on top that can get damaged with throwing punches and missing or whatever. But anyways, and the second thing on that was that so he's suggesting Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
So this is my question to you then. Does Golden Boy want to already put Garcia in a very dangerous fight?
No,
I don't think so.
Totally not.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
That fight won't be made. No way.
No way.
Can't lose a cash guy.
No.
Like, this guy's gaining momentum, Ryan Garcia, with his knockout of Duno, the Filipino.
Right.
So, we can't
derail that.
One thing about in that fight, so Alfredo Santiago, he had this like 120. He was he had a lot of amateur fights at 120 amateur fights. So he was no like pushover and whatever.
Good record too.
Yeah, Devin Haney's coach is his father, Bill Haney, who was in his corner. Me personally, like, I was like, in between the rounds, like, they showed a lot of Haney and his father. And his father talking nonstop. Man, come on, man, you gotta use the angle, you gotta do this, you gotta, the whole time. Like, he's talking
didn't even give him a chance to breathe.
The first 30 seconds when a guy comes back from the corner, the round, let the guy breathe. Let him breathe. Let him get so he can think. When you can start telling him a few instructions, one or two things, you tell him, a couple things, not bombard him, but let him, if he's like, okay, and you're telling him, man, you gotta do this, and you gotta throw the kitchen sink at him, and he can't even process all that.
Yeah, that's kind of like a rookie trainer mistake. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And
good point.
So what else about
he also called out. Didn't he call out Gervonta Davis?
I don't think so.
I think he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that, man. You don't want that word.
They're just not in the same space of that weight class.
One thing you gotta appreciate is what he's like calling out, what he's doing. Yeah. He's trying to become great, and fighters that want to be great, they beat the best guys out there.
Yeah.
Like him, I'll beat him. I'm the best. Like, confidence.
Yeah, it's great, but he's the B-side still to those other guys. So
yeah, totally.
They got way more to lose than he has to win. So no, they're not going to do that. And you still have other guys. You still got Comey and Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, and that fight's going to come. That's going to come around. It's going to be interesting.
Right. But they're closer to being a contender than
Devontae and Lomachenko
and Haney. And the thing is, Haney's, not to take away, this kid is really talented and athletic.
Yeah.
He's got a lot going for him. His fighting's beautiful, his style.
Yeah.
But he's hasn't had the experience like these other guys have had.
Right.
And work their way up.
I agree.
To that level, yeah. But he will.
Yeah. He will. Time is only 20.
Yep.
Another fight on that card, too, was Billy Joe Saunders fighting. I know you're a big Billy Joe Saunders.
I appreciate his talent.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, and he showed a lot of humility and in this fight after the fight too, which I really like. So basically, let's just a little bit about the fight. So Billy Joe Saunders now 29-0 on 14 KOs. He TKO'd 28-1. 115 Marcelos Cosadas.
Yeah.
So this is what Billy Joe said. Billy Joe said, "There's no excuse. That performance was not worthy of Canelo's and Jacob and other big names."
About his own performance?
Really like that? That's pretty good.
Yeah, I expect that, though.
Because he's got a bit of a British accent.
Yeah, that I expect, though. I'm not in wonderment about your accent.
I've heard it before.
Yeah, that's your family, too, right?
Yeah. He goes, that performance was not worthy for the Canelos and the Jacobs and other big names. I knew in my heart from round 1 to 9, I gotta get this man out there. My timing was off. I hope you enjoyed the knockout because that's the only thing I have to give to you tonight.
That's all right. I can respect that.
Yeah, and what the talk is, he was sick the last 2 weeks leading up to the fight.
Right.
And, good fighters don't talk about, and he never talked about that.
Yeah, you don't reveal it.
It's not like I was sick and I was like, you don't make excuses. You're not trying to make excuses.
See, you like that. I like that.
Fair play. That's what they say in England. Fair play. Fair play, mate. Fair play.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what Saunders is like. So Saunders obviously he wants that Canelo. Everyone wants that Canelo payday, right?
So Saunders has a WBO belt.
Yeah.
At super middleweight, 168.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny because before you told me that Jacobs was going to fight Chavez, I was thinking, what a great next fight maybe for Jacobs and for Saunders, and then the winner gets a shot at the champ.
The champ of
Canelo.
Of Canelo.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think Canelo is playing the same game Mayweather's.
You're right.
Played.
He's gonna pick and choose.
Yeah, he's gonna play that game.
The least risk.
Yeah.
The most
highest reward, least risk. Let me see what I can get away with and fool the fans and make them buy it.
But like we said, he's got 56 professional fights under his belt, and that's a lot of wear and tear. So it's smart for his camp to pick and choose the fights a little more carefully.
Yeah. Not
take the meanest, best guy out there.
Yeah.
It's not, especially now with 56 fights. How many more fights does he have in him? Mm-hmm. You think he'll get to 60 fights? That's a lot of fights. Now you're in Larry Holmes territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a ton of fights, and if he's fighting, each one's a monster. Even if he wins, that's going to take a toll on him. Mm-hmm. All the training, all the sparring.
For sure.
Not the 38 minutes or whatever.
That's not. The training is John Pascal was on today because I follow him and stuff. Obviously, he's our boy.
Yeah.
He was saying the hardest part of a fight is the training. And the training for the fight, people only see when the lights turn on and the TV's there, and they just see that, but they don't see the hours and the days and the weeks and the months that you prepare for that fight. And that the training is hard. The training's the hardest part.
You've been through it.
It's tough. It's tough. But rewarding. It's the reward. Nothing comes without that hard work and dedication, right?
Right. It's the foundation.
Yeah.
But so at the end of the day, we'll have to wait with what Canelo does, and I bet it'll be hard to predict who he's going to fight.
And he's got a lot of time. Like, he's not going to fight now, till May?
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, and then he only fights 2 times a year. And then Mexican Independence Day, and get, like, pick up $36 million here, and then $36 million there, and laughing all the way to the bank.
But you think, now, with everything we said, how they'll pick and choose, would they pick and choose Triple G for a third fight?
Triple G's got another mandatory coming up, and I don't have the name off the top of my heart.
It's all right.
But, I hope so. Like, it's the only fight that everyone in boxing is the number one fight on people's tongues.
Yeah.
Is just one fight, and people want to see one fight. They want to see this chapter closed.
Yeah.
That because it's not closed right now. It's like an open moon that's got a Band-Aid on.
Yeah.
Gotta close this.
Because the general consensus is that Triple G won the first fight, and the judges' cards are
right.
Don't have a lot of merit.
Which is generally like that.
Yeah.
Like the judge is always.
So in our mind's eye, it's like 1-1, and that's why they got to do the rubber match, the third one.
Yeah. Like, for example, talking about the judges, let me just scroll back to the Inoue fight with Donaire and look at the scores. Okay, so you got 114, 113. Okay, and that's like a pretty fair score.
It's close.
And these are all for Inoue. And then 116, 111, and 117, 109.
I remember that one. I couldn't believe that one.
Like, what fight are you watching, man? You know? Like, remember when Teddy Atlas was going on? Like, man, he's like, what? He's like, these fighters go in the ring and they come out half a man that they were, and these judges are ripping them off. Like,
yeah, I remember that one. He was very passionate about that.
Yeah,
about his point, and I see where he's coming from. Absolutely.
Yeah. But
what else we got in the docket?
So the docket. Also, remember we were talking a little bit about Andre Ward. Is he going to come and fight Canelo? No, he totally. He kiboshed that? Yeah, he kiboshed the whole thing, saying basically he's retired and he's not coming back.
Okay.
He's smart guy.
I'm a smart guy, and I'm happy to hear that, because then it doesn't have to be an ongoing topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good for him.
So, basically...
He's got all his faculties.
Yeah.
And he's got a promising career as a
broadcaster. And what a great broadcaster he is. Who are your top fight broadcasters or fight announcers right now?
So... Malignaggi is number one, probably.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Ward. Mm-hmm. Number 3 was Roy Jones when he was doing it.
Yeah. Why isn't it? Because no HBO.
Yeah, and no HBO. And I put Mora, Sergio Mora as number 4.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Except for Timothy Bradley.
I wanted to put Timothy in there somewhere.
He's great.
He's good too. Yeah, especially when he's in with Ward. Like two of them together.
What a team! That's like me and you.
I know. They're almost where we are.
Like Jordan and Pippen.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Or the Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're running. That's all. That's all the
we've been through that
today. So let's just jump into our little segment. Of the Cooners Corner.
Right.
And
that got cut off, right? In the last episode.
It did, but we'll do a different one.
Okay.
Anyways,
okay.
Today,
no problem.
Because just how I was talking a little bit about what fight was that? Oh, sorry, the Devin Haney.
Oh, okay.
The Devin Haney fight, and Devin Haney's father, and his father being his trainer, and just talking a little bit about father and son duels in boxing.
Yeah.
Like coach and fighter, or uncle, and obviously the biggest name is going to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Floyd Sr., but also Roger Mayweather, the uncle,
right,
who was one of my favorite coaches of all time, man. I love that guy.
He was there for him, and he
brought him up.
He brought him up.
He was the one that brought him.
Yeah.
He brought Little Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that time when Floyd Sr. and Floyd Jr. got into it at the...
On 24/7, yeah.
It's like, man, you ain't my coach. Get the fuck out. Yeah, man, you ain't my coach. Roger's my coach. Man, you ain't allowed in there. Man, you ain't doing shit. Like,
I remember that.
That was crazy, eh?
That was nuts. But I guess with family, that can happen. And there's Danny Garcia, and his father, Angel Garcia.
Yeah, Danny.
The truth is the truth.
The truth.
You can't hide the truth. Oh, come on, man.
Jeez.
That's my Angel Garcia.
Yeah,
come on, man.
He's a character, man.
Truth.
This guy. That guy was not. Remember when he was going off on Thurman? Thurman, yo, nigga, he's like, man, nigga, I'll fuck you.
I remember that.
I don't know what he was.
But Thurman didn't take it personally.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He was worse to Amir Khan.
Yeah.
Like, he was insulting his religion and his faith, and he was terrible.
Really?
He was terrible.
Wow.
I thought the Khan family kept composure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some other names.
Yeah.
Floyd Patterson and Tracy Harris Patterson. Do you remember Tracy Harris Patterson?
No.
But he was an adopted son.
Okay.
He actually fought. I remember Arturo Gatti beat him. This is when I first saw Gatti. Gatti was good, man. He was a really good fighter. He knocked Tracy Harris down, I think, a couple times, and then beat him. Decision. Then you have Leon Spinks and Corey Spinks.
Yeah.
And another famous one is Roy Jones Jr. and his father.
Yeah.
And they had their relationship wasn't always the best.
Yeah.
And Roy, he was hard on Roy Jones Jr. His dad was, I guess, and they were not really getting along. And then his dad never coached him for a long time.
That's
then
right.
He brought his dad back to coach him for the third Tarver fight.
Okay.
Something, for the third Tarver fight. Brought his dad back.
Yeah.
Another one was, remember Jack Mosley and Shane Mosley?
Yeah.
Jack and Shane.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Jack, man. I thought Jack was like, he was just, I don't know, he didn't do it for me. It wasn't, whatever. Okay. But a good combination there, because Shane was,
Shane right to the top.
Was one of the best, especially at lightweight. He was killer.
Yeah.
Then we have Felix Trinidad and his dad.
Right. That's right. Holy
How can forget that one?
I can't.
Felix, man.
Totally forgot that.
Wow, that was an amazing combo.
Top fighter.
Couple others. One other, but it wasn't the father. It was the uncle. Oh, I should have asked you, man. Okay, what was the Cotto's uncle's name?
Oh, damn.
Because his uncle trained him.
Yeah. What was his name? I can't remember.
Evangelista.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Now I can picture it when he's in the corner and seeing his name.
Yeah.
That's right. And then Cotto's father passed away.
Away, yeah.
But, geez, I forgot that it was his uncle.
Yeah.
Any others?
Look at
I know Oscar Valdez isn't his father and him too.
I think so. Also, I'm not sure about that. I just thought of the name and I just forgot.
Oh, sorry.
Great, that's what I did.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
We got Andre Ward in a way because Virgil Hunter basically
he was
like a father to him.
He was a stepfather, basically. Yeah. So, just just in regards to that, and I think the father-son relationship, it can be good and it can be bad because there's times where the father can like be too over, like in the instance Roy Jones Jr. and his father, and the father was too overbearing with Roy, and Roy,
right,
yeah. But it can be good as well too, because I remember my father when I was boxing and stuff, he was so hard on me. But I used to hate it back then. When I was boxing, I was like, man, I hate
but
this.
That probably pushed you.
But now I look back on it, I'm like, years later, I look back on it, I'm like, I'm so lucky to have that push from somebody. Like, always, like, he would drop off my clothes at school so I can go running home. On PA days, he'd go, like, drop me off at the track and I'm running in the snow. All the crazy stuff.
Wow. But I hear that with other athletes that have gone to the high level, how their fathers push them like that. Like, you're not alone in that.
Right.
And a lot of great stars, probably sports like athletes, will have stories about how their parents supported them, but were hard on them.
Mm-hmm.
So
totally. It's always like that.
Yeah. But you obviously benefited from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just thought of another one. Robert Guerrero and his father.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
The thug.
You're a woman being a member.
Oh, yeah.
On Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd, wasn't it his dad?
It was his dad.
Yeah. Man, there's a woman beater. It's a woman beater. He was just a little Mexican guy.
Yeah. Oh, but tough, man.
Yeah.
He was tough.
He
looked like a gangster.
Yeah, for sure.
He also must have been tough on Robert.
Right, but that's what got him there, right? Propelled him to...
He was a world champion, Robert.
The Ghost. It was
right. His fight with Mayweather, terrible fight. So was that your Cooner's Corner?
Oh yeah, that's where.
That was I didn't have a Do You Know today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I made something up.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna really put me on the spot.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
Let me think.
Try to quiz me on a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know old time.
No, I won't do. Okay. Name me one Venezuelan boxer.
Venezuelan?
Yeah.
Oh. Obviously.
Stumps him.
No. He committed suicide. And
you're on the right track.
The name right now.
Starts with an E. Last name with a V.
Edwin Valero.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I actually fought a Venezuelan in the Olympics in Athens, and qualifications in Sydney and whatever. Yeah.
Name me another Venezuelan who's still fighting. Lost to Lomachenko.
Is this Burials?
No.
Oh, I made that up.
Yeah. Linares. Jorge Linares.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, based out of Japan.
Come on, man!
I know, the
truth is the truth. Man.
You got me.
I got you twice, dude. You sure you want to suffer another one? Should we go for one more?
One more.
Okay, I'll make
Stump. We should call it, this to be a new segment, Stump the Champ.
Okay, here's a pretty... Yeah, that's good.
Stump the Champ.
Let's do that. Okay, here's a pretty good one. I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago. Golden Boy promoted a fight night and it was Mexicans against the Philippines. Okay? And there were some champions on both sides. So, one champion on the Mexican side, his last name was Gonzalez. He was winning the fight, and then he got knocked out with a beautiful slip body shot to the liver.
Was it Tawny?
Who was his opponent that night that ended up beating him because he off that slip and getting his title. And he's a famous Filipino fighter.
Was it Donaire?
No. He's retired.
Espinoza?
No. Jerry
Peninsula. Penalosa, yeah. Penalosa, yeah.
Jerry Penalosa. Did you see that fight?
No.
It was really good because he was getting outboxed by Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And then Gonzalez throws out, I think it was a lazy, threw a right at him. And he slipped. And the liver was open. Fight over. And he was losing the whole fight.
Yeah.
Jerry Penalosa was pretty awkward but slick.
Philippines got such a history of great fighters, low-weight class fighters.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And they got a few guys.
Got one of the best ever. Well, one of the best ever for sure. Maybe he's right up there with
he's got to be
best ever.
Yeah, he should be in. He's in the top 10 for sure.
For sure, top 10. Yeah.
We should do a top 10 next week of all-time fighters.
Okay.
We can do historically, or we can do currently, or mixed. Okay. We'll think about it.
Okay, let's do currently.
Okay, let's do currently. All right, think about it.
Because you're going to start talking about like Sherry, Greb, and all these people when you used to watch when you were young.
Oh, that hurt. I thought you were going to say when you used to listen to fights on the radio.
Oh, yeah. Bro, shh, quiet. Shh.
All right, man, take us out.
Oh, wait. Oh, I was ready for this.
So we got some fights coming up. Joshua Ruiz Jr.
Yeah.
Catch out our podcast if you are in the car.
Yeah, subscribe to our podcast, guys. And we're gonna go out here. We're gonna go out. This is that jab we're talking about, eh? Ooh, look at that. Boom.
Yeah, but with speed.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. That jab. Pop.
Yeah. All right, brother.